Living Tire.
Is Ronald there?
Speaking.
Yes, sir. This is Tanner with Ranching, Oklahoma. I was just calling about the incident that happened on 9/30 of 22.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you learned anything about the First Amendment or anything about the rights of the people.
You know, I know about that. The ladies next door called me and said that you was over there bothering and harassing them, and that's how this all got started.
Okay. But you told the cops that you wanted my camera and everything seized.
I never told them that I wanted it seized.
Really?
I personally never told them that.
That's funny because I just picked up my body camera footage earlier from the officer, and that was the first thing that you told him. You told him you wanted me arrested and hauled out of there, and that you wanted the camera seized and, you know, all that, and charges filed, all that good stuff. I mean, I'm trying to be nice, you know. I just want to see if you learned anything. There's just no privacy in public.
I mean, I cannot disagree that there's no privacy in public.
Yes, sir.
Because you wouldn't be surprised at the type of people.
Yes, sir. And that's another thing.
Come in and around these businesses that we have to have run off.
Yes, sir. And I do understand that.
It has nothing to do with the First Amendment, Second Amendment,
and,
or anything.
And I
like
do
that.
understand that, but I was.
If you'll look right behind me, I have all of these HUD apartments. And I got all these dispensaries and stuff.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be surprised
at
the amount of needles and all of that stuff that the cops have to come down here and get.
And I definitely
every week.
Listen, here's the thing. I would like to come.
Understand on that.
I do understand. And I would like to come down and do a story on that sometime when my trespass is up. You know, next time you got needles out there, I want to write a story on it and be like, look, we don't want that. And I don't want that in my community. And I know you don't want that in your community. I don't think we should have to deal with that in our communities.
And that's the thing. The amount of stuff that winds up because people come through here walking every day, headed to these dispensaries and all of that stuff.
Yes, sir. But are they usually carrying around a $400 camera?
Well, I did not see the camera. They all wearing them headphones.
Yeah.
They're walking around here with them headphones.
I had my headphones on. I had my headphones on as well too. You know, I do that way when I'm out walking around, you know, getting camera footage. You know, I don't talk to people unless they talk to me. I have my headphones on, so unless somebody interacts with me, I don't interact with them. Actually, I have a question for you. Is there anything that I could have done differently to help you feel better about the situation?
You know, when you walked in my business first thing that morning.
Yes, sir. I had to use the bathroom.
Okay. You could have said, hey, I'm going to be walking around here and I'm going to be taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah, but if I told everybody that I was going to be out doing a First Amendment audit, then what would be the point of the audit? Because they'd be like, oh, that's the guy for the audit. Instead, I like to go out raw and find out who is actually supporting the First Amendment, who is against it, you know. The news companies, you know, they don't call ahead. They just show up and they start rolling their footage when they get ready.
But, I mean, you have to admit, when you walked in I was nice and friendly and everything to you. I could have very well told you that this restroom is for customers only, because if you go down here to all of these other places.
Yes, sir.
What do they tell you?
Honestly, I used the bathroom there, so I really didn't stop to use the bathroom anywhere else. you know, I mean, really, I thought it was real cool of you to let me use the bathroom, and I really do appreciate it, you know. But if I had been filming, would it made a difference? You know, when I was filming, obviously it made a difference. I came through and you were nice.
The only reason is because I received a call from the bank.
I understand that, and I also agree with that. I agree with us having tight-knit communities.
Because we have a lot of issues.
Yeah, actually, I talked to the guys that was over there at Mike's Furniture when I left over there with you, and they said that there's always a bunch of crackheads walking through the parking lot and everything.
And there he is.
Well,
there's a ton of that stuff that takes place right here.
Yes, sir.
Because of where we're located. That's just like them buildings down here. The cops have to run homeless people out of them buildings that are for sale every week.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's my thing. When they come walking through your parking lot, do you call the cops on them?
When they walk through, just like you, when you walk through, I never said nothing to you about it.
Yes, sir.
The only time I say anything to anybody about it is when they gather up and they stop, and I say, hey.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, you know, the cops.
The reason the cops got called is because I received a phone call from next door.
Yeah.
Tell them to take them and turn them in and have them prosecuted. I don't follow through on none of it. No, I do not follow through on none of it. But here's the thing. I tell them to take them.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
And you tell me. Since you've posted those, you wouldn't believe, and I hadn't received a whole bunch.
Yes, sir.
But I have received a few very threatening phone calls.
I mean, I really can't help what other people do, but I will next.
And see, here's the thing.
Yes, sir.
Here's the thing. I have employees that answer this phone that had nothing to do with that.
Yes,
and then they receive a threat.
Yeah.
Because they have to answer the phone.
I completely disagree with that, just so we're on the same page. I completely disagree with that. But I can't really help what other people do, you know. If I could help what other people did, then people wouldn't be on drugs and, you know, robbing people and stuff like that.
And that is the truth.
Yeah. I mean, if I could do something about what other people do, the world would be perfect, you know.
And if I could do things and stuff like that, that's true. The world would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't have all of this where people has to get out and fight and do all of this other stuff.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what. I will make sure that when I put this body cam footage from the officer on there, I will make sure that I tell everyone, look, don't be calling this guy. You know, I want you to see how I operate. That's why I called you for a follow-up. You know, now that I got my body cam footage and I've got to view it and, you know, whatever, I wanted to call you and see what I could do better because, you know, that's what I go out to do. And so I decided I was going to go out and I was going to see who was going to stand up for our rights and who wasn't.
I never would have made. I didn't even know you was out there.
Yeah, until the bank called.
I did not know you was there until I received a phone call next door, and they told me that you had been over there harassing them.
Well,
that is the God's honest truth, and I'll lay my hand on the good book.
Look, I believe you anyways. I mean, I don't think you're just a bad guy. Honestly, I think you were, like you said, you're trying to stand up for your customers and make sure your customers are, taken care of and nothing, no harm done to them. And I respect even the bank for calling you. A tight-knit community, that's good. That's what we want. But we also want everyday citizens to know what our rights are, because if we don't stand up for our rights, then we'll end up without them. I mean, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I try to be an upstanding guy. I'm kind of old-fashioned in the sense that, I was raised with manners. I was raised with respect. And, I try to treat people accordingly. I just wanted you to know from me, myself, that I have no ill will against you, and that my dealings with you, really, unless you got some needles or something you want me to come down and take a story on, as far as I'm concerned, my dealings with you are really done. I just wanted to touch base with you, and so that we're on the same page, and
Well, how do I contact you if, they show a bunch of,
I'll give you my phone number if you got a pen and piece of paper.
I got a pen and a piece of paper.
Okay, my phone number is, my name's Tanner, and you can reach me at that number. If for some reason you don't get an answer, then just leave a voicemail and I'll get back with you. And like I said, I want to apologize for any BS that was caused by me posting my story. If I could do something about it, I would. And I definitely don't think people should be doing that.
You talking about calling and threatening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. Hey, we had our interaction and we both went our separate ways, and there's no need for all that.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, Ronald, I appreciate your time, and you have a good day.
You too, Tanner.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you need something, you let me know.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.